Just to start, just what are your initial thoughts on the duel?
Yeah, when you wrestle, maybe someone you feel like you need to, as a team, you need to dominate. You just it's hard to ever really get what you want out of those matches. But I knew there was going to be several matches that were competitive. One being that 33-pound match, and that just got a little sour just a little sour the way it finished, and just a little bit of lack of confidence when you need it. But I felt like did a pretty good job at 49. Boo hadn't wrestled since, I don't know, OU. It's a big gap in the season for him. So missing that scuffle, you could kind of tell that he was a little bit tight. But that kid, pretty good kid, finished second in the scuffle. And I like the way Boo kind of separated the score when it seemed like it was, we're in a tight match here. So he did a good job separating the score in the third and winning the match. And then we did a pretty good job, 57-65, followed through, did a good job. It's good to see Harris get a win. Every match is going to be for him, no matter who he wrestles, is going to be, he's going to be fighting. He's got to fight, and he's got to be competitive to have any hopes of winning. I thought we did a good job at 84, and just in our demeanor and attitude in the mat. I think that's one of their better kids, they're 184-pounder, and I just thought Anthony did a good job of just his demeanor. Like, I'm controlling this match, I'm not going to let it get away, I'm going to stay tough, and regardless of what happens here, I'm going to get my hand raised, and that was good to see out of a freshman.
It seemed like there were a couple of matches where, like I know Gear at 97, where your guy would just turn it on and just, what changed? Like since before?
I think one is you need to identify at times when you should be riding and trying to turn, or should you be cutting him and taking him down. Are you superior than your opponent on your feet and take advantage of that? And I think I had to kind of press these guys to a little bit to do that. They get in that comfort zone on top sometimes, and it's not what we want. We need to score where we can score, and today it was definitely in our takedowns. So it was good to see them. Asked of them to cut them and work for the takedown, and I think we saw the difference in the ability to score.
You mentioned 133 earlier. Reese looked like the better guy for most of that match. Just kind of what went wrong at the end there for him?
Well, I mean, you take a guy down 4 times and give up a takedown, no riding time, right? Didn't work at it. Every time it got a little bit tough, it didn't look like Reese responded, right? So I mean, when you're taking him down, that's not always tough, but when somebody's fighting back, now it gets tough. He needed to ride him. You scored 3 takedowns in the first. You didn't have riding time. You gave up a takedown at the end, and all of a sudden, scores 2 points. And you give up an escape and a takedown late in the third. All of a sudden you lose. When it got tough, it wasn't tough. That's the difference. You're going to go beat somebody like that, and you better be tough. You're not going to steal the match. Doesn't matter that you're winning by 4. This kid knows you're a true freshman. He's sitting there going, "Why am I getting beat by a true freshman?" So I'm the one that's ranked in the country. So kind of a blowing opportunity for him to take out another guy in the top 20. Just blew it.
It seemed like today a couple of the guys came out early with early takedowns, early offense. They hadn't really been doing that earlier in the season. Did they change maybe mindset change or?
No, I think maybe just a little bit of a level of what we're competing against today. I think UNC's definitely an approved program, and Coach Dickerson's done a great job of getting his guys to fight, and definitely done a great job in recruiting. But Yeah, I think we scored a little bit more, but um, I think the things I kind of look at is not so much always when we're scoring. I think is more important, making sure we're scoring at the end of periods, making sure we're scoring in the third period. Those are key things that make the difference in tough outcomes, which we're going to be facing a lot tougher scenarios as we go forward from here.
Weighin 3 guys at 174. Just kind of what went into the decision to
Just getting guys weighing in, just making sure they're involved, and we never know who you're going to need and when, and weight is part of wrestling, and when you get out of the habit of making weight, guess what happens? The weight goes up, So, just making sure we keep guys honest and know that, and it's hard, it's hard to make weight and not wrestle. Why am I making weight? Well, you're making weight in case somebody gets injured. Next week, your weight's in good position to not affect you in your match. So, I went with Somers just because I felt like that's right now who we need to go with, and it'll be week to week. I went with Dusty Home because Caden G-Filler wasn't feeling good, and he told me that. So if you want to wrestle, you don't tell the coach you don't feel good. That's not what you say. And he told me that. I couldn't believe it. So I said, okay, if you don't feel good, then you're not wrestling. We got someone, sometimes you have to wrestle when you don't feel good because you're the only guy weighed in, but we have another guy that's real successful too, so we wrestled him.
You kind of mentioned it, just not super quality competition, but
I wouldn't say that.
Just,
I guess I would say, when you're, they're building a program, and when you're us, you expect domination in a match like this, and it's hard to get what you want because you can win 8-0 or which Dusty Hone did, and I didn't like the match. I didn't like the outcome of how it was. You didn't get a takedown in the third period, and you were trying to get one. You couldn't get one. It's just kind of a scenario that you're just pushing for more, and you're pushing for more, and definitely no disappointment. I thought we did good, and I just feel like the more matches that we're going to get in, this team has got a chance of getting better. I just don't feel the way our schedule was set up is a little bit choppier than I like, but I like the fact that when you look at our schedule, you're looking at 10 more dual meets, 9 or 10 more dual meets. That means 9 or 10 more weigh-ins. That means that's good. That's exciting. That's what we need right now. We need weigh-in. We need to wrestle Friday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, and that's what we got as we go forward from here, especially the next few weeks.
You talk about pushing for more. Sheets and Whitlake both had huge matches, technical falls today from guys that typically have much closer matches. What do you think went into that?
It's good you noticed that. They have, yeah. I think you build that confidence to start separating the score a little bit, and I think with Travis, he reeled off 8 or 9 matches in his first 8 or 9 matches. He was undefeated when he went to the scuffle, and we saw him, kind of in a routine that just not pushing himself through tough scenarios. And after he lost, it just seemed like something clicked in, So losing doesn't always mean a negative thing for him. I think it helped him kind of move in a different direction. Like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not listening. I need to do, way more than what I'm doing. So, when you start seeing these results where these guys are separating the score, it comes from they're busting their tails and creating that atmosphere in practice every day. So we work out 20 hours a week, and you may wrestle 2 7-minute matches. So that practice becomes a little bit more important. And both of those guys are giving it to us. For a young guy, Travis Whitlake is starting to really learn how to work and really learn how to push through workouts and value that workouts are we're going to create what happens on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday nights. Thanks.